Today we're going to be solving systems of equations using the process of elimination. I also like to call this the flip-flop method. So when we're solving, what we're going to do is we are going to flip-flop the two first coefficients, which are 2 and 4. So since the 2 is on the top, we're going to multiply the bottom by 2. Since the 4 is on the bottom, we're going to multiply the top by 4. So we're really just flip-flopping them. Now, the signs are where it gets very important. So if the signs on the inside of the parentheses are the same, then the signs on the outside are going to have to be different. So if we look here, I have positive 2, positive 4. So that means on the outside, I'm going to have a negative. It doesn't matter which one we make negative, so I'm just going to go ahead and make the 4 negative. So now I have one set of numbers that has the same sign and one set of numbers that have different signs. So I'm going to multiply. Negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x. Negative 4 times y is negative 4y. Negative 4 times 25 gives me negative 100. So now I'm going to distribute on the bottom. All right, so there we have it. So now we need to take note that the first number, negative 8 and a positive 8, that's always going to happen. You always want the same number, one with a negative, one with a positive, because that means that you can eliminate them. If you don't have that, and you have the same number with the same sign, then that means you went wrong somewhere in the beginning, and you must go back and check. So now I add down my columns. Negative 4y plus 6y is 2y. Negative 100 plus 18 is going to be 82, negative 82. Divide by 2, so y is equal to negative 41. So we have our y, but now we need to find our x. The way we find our x is we're going to substitute in to one of these original equations. So I'm going to do 2x plus y equals 25. So wherever I see a y, I'm going to put right here. So I have 2x plus, we have negative 41. So I'm going to put that in parentheses in a different color so you can see, equals 25. Now, positive and negative is just a negative, so I could really have 2x minus 41. So let's make sure we write that. It's going to make our lives a little bit easier. So now we know how to solve this because we're just going to add the 41 to both sides, just regular solving equations. And then I divide. Again, we're just a regular solving an equation, and I end up with x equals 33. So I have x equals 33 and y equals negative 41. So that wasn't too bad. So let's just do another example real quick so we can make sure that you really have the hang of this. So let's take a look here. We have negative 4x in the front and I have just an x in the front. So again, flip-flop method tells me put parentheses on the outside. Now, don't forget there is an actual 1 in front of this x. I want you to deal with numbers first before you look at signs. So, on the top, I have a 4. Again, forgetting our signs for now. And on the bottom, I have 1. Now, we have on the inside two numbers with different signs. So that if the signs on the inside are different, the signs on the outside must be the same. So I have a positive 1 on the outside and a positive 4 on the outside. So I'm in good shape. So again, if the signs on the inside are different, the signs on the outside are the same. So I distribute 1 to everything inside, and I get negative 4x plus 3y equals 2. And I distribute everything on the bottom, and I end up with 4x plus 28y equals 60. I'm sorry. Now, we have a negative 4 and a positive 4, so we're in good shape. We have 1 negative, 1 positive, so we can eliminate those. So we end up with 3y plus 28y is 31y equals 62. We know how to solve that. We're just going to divide by 31. And we'll end up with y equals 2. But we can't forget about our x. So again, to find the x, we're just going to substitute into any one of these equations. Let's say we decided to use the first equation. And again, it doesn't matter which one you use, you're going to get the same answer. So wherever I see a y, I'm going to put it here. Negative 4x plus 3 parentheses 2 equals 2. So I have negative 4x. Now, positive 3 times positive 2 is positive 6. And now we just have a regular equation that we can solve. So we subtract 6 on both sides. We end up with negative 4x equals negative 4. We're going to now divide. So we end up with x equals 1. So we have x equals 1 and y equals 2. So these are 2 examples of how we solve systems of equations by elimination.